Something's missing. Stick around. Sounds of the ocean. Anyway, it's another week. We're back on the Vic100. In the last video, I was at this tailgate and I went and managed to save this. I had a lot of good responses on it, a lot of talk about cutting it all out, piece the pipe, all that. Yes, wonderful ideas. I just never bothered with it because, first of all, I never had a piece of pipe this diameter. I had a piece of roll bar pipe, but I wasn't putting that in there. You want like a slider piece. Roll bar pipe would make it bulletproof. Also up here, guys talked about putting pipe up here. Same process, make it nice and strong. Smaller diameter pipe. I never had it. I made do with what I had kicking around here. People talking about all the rust converter and putting stuff inside, soaking this in it and adding this phosphoric acid to it and stuff like that. I never had it. I worked with what I had in the shop. A lot of guys out there that are working on old cars, that are on a budget, they walk around the garage, what have I got here, what have I got there? And this is what you work with. This is what I had, this is what I worked with. Like, I can go and buy all the best gear and all the good gear and put inside this here and do all kinds of stuff with it. Still just a rusty gate at the end of the day, okay? I'm not looking to make this perfect. I'm looking to make it drivable and usable. But yeah, that's where I was to. I got that all welded up. That's finished up now, good enough till I get the box in. I want to test fit this, make sure everything is good. I also got all the brakes and everything done on it last week. I got the wheels and tires mounted on it. I got it back up on blocks because I want to get working on the bottom side of this now. What I want to do is I want to get the bottom side here where I join the cab to the actual Crown Vic. I want to get that all sealed up on the bottom side and get some undercoating or gravel guard in my case on that there. I also over here got the transmission cross member, which I got to find the bolts belong to it. This got to be installed. The problem with it is it's extremely tight here and here going up in place. I had a hard time getting this out. I want to clean all this up, grind it all down. I want to test fit it in place so I can actually know that I can put it up in the car and take it down out of the car. So before I get started on any of this down here, okay? So what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to take the grinder. I'm not going to bore you with none of that. I'm just going to clean all this up here, clean all this up here, go down underneath the bottom of the car, clean up the spots down there, and see if I can get this here fitting in place so I can actually call that a win, because these were buggers. Talking to a guy who worked at the dealership, what they used to do, if they came in and had to do transmissions in them, they'd replace that. They used to cut it out, burn it out, get it out of the way and put a new one in there. That's what they used to end up doing. Because the time that it took me, I'd say six hours to get this out of the car. And there was no way to leave it in there with the bolts on it. The way this is all built up here now, the actual mounts for the actual on the bottom of the transmission would have went through here. It's not like I can just unbolt the actual mount from the back of the bottom of the transmission. And where it being an older vehicle, I was afraid I was going to bust the actual mounting bolts off the tabs off the transmission itself. And I didn't want to tamper with that. And you couldn't jack it up high enough for to clear them holes. So this had to come down out of it. Either that or I had to let all the floors go and jack that up. So I'm going to work on getting this fitting in. When I get this all straightened away, I'll bring you back. I got it in there. And it just lays in place, and the bolts go through. You can see where the bolts goes up through. But the problem you got with these is that right here, this section here and this section here pinches the whole thing closed. I had a hard time getting this out of here. I grinded this off, I struck this with the hammer, and I struck that with the hammer. I got it open up enough now that I can fit it in place. Now when I tighten up these bolts in here, because they bolt on, there's nuts over on this side here, that'll draw it all back in again. But I got it in place. I figured it might have caused more trouble than it did. But nope. Now, I'm moving on over here now. Right here. Get some light on this. There we go. You can see up here, I got these pieces and everything that I put in up here. And I got to seam seal all that. I got to seam seal this backside here as well. And then I got to put some paint or something on that. But what I'm going to do here first, I'm going to give this a quick clean up, blown off down here, because there seems to be a lot of flaky rust and stuff around. I'm not going to get carried away with it. It is a street car, or a truck, I should say. I'm going to be driving it daily. So I'm going to give it a quick clean up, blown off, and then I can turn around and get started on this here. I got her all blown off, scraped off. Whatever's going to come off now is going to come off. I blew out everything, and a lot of it was flakes of paint that were on everything, and I just blew everything off and blew everything out. It was leaves and everything mixed in with it all. So I got a mess here on the floor here now. Before it gets down and starts seam sealing stuff, I got to clean all this up. So I got that all cleaned up. Now I can get down there and get that all seam sealed on the bottom side. There wasn't much there. It was mostly dirt and clay and flakes of paint. There was a bit of rust, a few flakes here and there. But I got it all cleaned up down there now. And now it's time to move on to the seam sealer. This is all I ever use, is the brushable seam sealer. I've used this on a number of projects here now. I've used it all on the firewall and everything on this here. Just an old disposable brush. Once it's done, throw it out. And a pair of gloves. I'm going to get down there now and start seam sealing that up. So I'm down here now. It's time to start doing some seam sealing. I'll always start on the highest point first and start working my way to the bottom side. So I'll start right up in that corner there now. Yeah. Now, time to clean the brush. Brush clean. And there it is, all completed. It's lovely, lovely, isn't it? Wonderful. And I got the other side done as well. That's all done. I'll let that set up for a few hours now, and then come down here and put some paint on everything. And I have some gravel guard there. I might spray on the bottom of this, up inside there. Because the problem with looking at here now is like, here's the tire. There's the cavity. So that's going to take a fine pounding in there. There is no flap or nothing right here. It's part of a wheel well there, I think there is. But I'm just going to look at the whole point that this is going to be taking a beating. So I'll probably put some gravel guard in there, up along there. Main thing is, you got to seam seal it all up. I want to keep the fumes out of the cab. So if you've got any exhaust fumes or anything like that, it's not going to just come on into the cab, because this is where it's going to come in through. A lot of people don't seam seal up cars, and you can always tell sometimes when it does burnouts, the cab fills up and smoke fills up inside the cars. It's a sure sign that the cab's not sealed up. So all fumes and everything gets in there as well. Anyway, let that dry. Funny story here. I just seen this, and this is part of the body. It's not primed. And I thought back to my early days working in the trade. I worked at this one place, and my boss, Clayton, I went in and painted the car one day, and he come back out, and he stood up next to me, and he looked at me, and he grabbed a hold of me, and he touched me back, and like that, and he looked at me right strange, and I said, what's the problem? He said, have you got a bad back? And I goes, no, I haven't got a bad back. I was young then, right? And so he grabbed a hold of me by the arm and streeled me into the boot, and he pointed, like, bend over. And I bent over. Now, none of the rockers were painted on a car that I done, right? And he turned around and he said, oh, bend over, he said. It was so funny, because every time I see a spot that I misses, I always think it's old Clayton. God love you. I'll never forget that. Well, it's been a few hours. I went in and had lunch, come back out. Now I'm putting the old trim clad on it. I went upstairs and dug out my old DeVillibus gun. I never went and got the gun I got last time because it spilt all over the place. So I gone back to the old siphon-fed gun. I got drop thinners here. After reducing this out a couple of times now, maybe it's good enough. If it sprays through the gun, it's going on it. I haven't got to worry about what it looks like. I just want some protection down there. So I'm going to mix up some of this, pour some of this in the gun there now, get down underneath the bottom of this here, and give all that a flick of paint. Don't that look lovely? Just wanted to freshen things up, put a coat on everything, blew everything off, never blasted anything, never wiped nothing. I just put paint right over top of it. All this is just cleaning stuff up, just trying to make it look presentable looking underneath, and that's the extent of it. Paint never hurt nothing. The more paint you got on something, more protection it is. So that's all I ever done with all that old stuff anyway, like chassis and everything. I'll just douse that, and every couple of years paint it again. But yeah, I got that done, and I got everything down there painted. I even did some custom work. Look, I blended her up. I got the smoke effect coming up, the Gene Winfield effect coming up from the rockers. As you know, I missed a spot. I did the same thing on this side, so I had to come over here and do the same thing. There you go. And I'm too much worried about that. I got to sand all that anyway and reprime this eventually. But for now, I'm going to look at this stuff. I'll hop the tailgate off it. I can't have nothing nice, I can't. But I got that done. I'll get down and show you that now. All is. Everything's all painted. Coat paint on everything. Everything up in here is painted. Right on back through both sides. All dumped. Bunch of paint on it all. Again, I never cleaned nothing up. Just painted right over what was there. Let's just say I got a whole bunch of overspray on everything. And for some reason, overspray never seems to come off everything. So hopefully it'll never come off of this. What I had to do, the bottom of the rockers here. All this here was just bare metal. So I ended up getting that. I could have taped it off. It's my truck. I just want to have a bit of fun with it and just play around with it. I got this all done now. So now this is ready to put the motor and transmission in. So I just got to let this dry. No, I never wore a mask. I got the doors all open up here. And I'm just spraying with the nozzle inboard. So there's not a lot of overspray. And I just want to get it done and get it out of the way. And besides that, I don't know where my respirator's gone. But anyway, it's done now. I got all that done. So I got everything pretty well painted now from here back to the back of the cab. I'll do all this when the box is all straightened away. Now, it's been a day or so. And all this stuff is dry. I got everything painted. All the bottom side of that is painted. So that is done. I'm ready so I can put the engine and that in it. So that's what I got to work on next here now. I want to get this all straightened away. I got, on this here, I got to clean up the block. It's a bit scaly. And that dipstick there tube, I got to replace that because I don't think that'll ever come out. I may have to haul the pan off of this shit. I don't know. Over on this side here, I have... What is it? There's something over here I had to do. I don't know what it is. Oh, studs. I got these wheels, these manifold studs out. Get them removed and clean up this side of the block. I need the dowels for the actual transmission right here. They're still lodged in the back of the old transmission. So I got to tap them out, clean them up, put them back in the engine block. Just give it a quick clean up, quick splash, I think. I gotta sand this off. This is pretty rough. I sprayed some WD on it so I can get it cleaned up. The water pump pulley is a bit rusty. And I'll just clean up everything else there, give it a quick clean up. Not get too carried away with it. A lot of this stuff here I'm gonna unbolt it and just so it's got a decent connection, and then just bolt it back on again. Make sure everything's free, because if I ever has issues with this here, I can actually just notice I'm not going to have no trouble on bolting it. Clean up a bit of corrosion and stuff like that on different things. I got to pick up an oil filter for it. But other than that, that's what I'm going to go at here now for the next little while. See if I can get this here all cleaned up. Well, I didn't want to bore you with all that. As you can see, I've been basically getting myself rotten dirty. Just cleaning up the block. Chipping all the flakes of rust and everything off it. This dipstick, I managed to get this the new one in here now. The original one, it broke off right off the bat. Very flush to the block. Luckily, I didn't have to haul the base pan off it. I figured I was going to haul the pan off it. But I managed to get it out. Just took my time, took patience with it, and I got it out. So that was a good thing. I've been going around now. I took the power steering pump off it, cleaned it up a bit. More or less just cleaning up the pulleys here, here, and here. This is the pulley system off of that engine because the one on this one here was seized. And I'm just going around cleaning all that stuff up. I'm not going to get carried away with detailing this motor. I just want to have it mechanically sound to the whole point that if I has to work on it, it's easy to get at. You know, stuff has been taken off it. Like I got the power steering pump taken off it, so I figured out how that goes on. I'm over here now, getting ready to start on these manifold studs. That's pretty well all I got left to do. I got the dowels out of the transmission. Got to clean them up, put them back in the back of the motor. So, got two of them out. So, I'm just here now going to get them studs straightened away on the other side. And then I'm just going to give this a spray can rebuild. So I got them all out except for this one right here. 2 attempts. This will be attempt number 3. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this out. This is getting a bit scary here now because it's getting pretty flush. I'll put a flat washer on that there now against it, and I'll heat that right up with a lot of welding. Put a nut on it and try it again. Hopefully it doesn't crack off flush to the block. Then I got to get in the drill and everything else. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll get this one out. I'll bring you back when I got it done. Well, I got it. But that was entertainment. Because remember the next time when you goes to weld washers onto them, to make sure that they're not brass. Oh, Lord, something. I found a brass washer over in my bin, and I actually welded it on. And then I started noticing when it heated up, it melted. And I was like, what's going on around with this? It was a brass washer. That's not going to work, Tony. But I got it all done. They're all let go there now. All I got to do now is run a tap through them. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to give this a quick clean up now and give the block a coat of paint. That's what's left of the carnage to get all them out. So there was 5 bolts had come out, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 attempts. I got them though. Don't that look lovely? Full cast iron block, cast iron heads, everything on that now. I wasn't fooling around with this. I wanted to freshen up. I never ever liked aluminum when it tarnishes and goes off because it just looks, I don't know, it looks dirty. And you always got to keep it polished. I just assume paint everything. And I wanted to put color on it that it's not going to jump out at you. This is just flat black, that's all this is. Old cheap spray bombs of flat black. Just to clean it up. When you get it in the engine bay and everything's bolted on it, you don't see half of it anyway. But like all that corrosion and everything that was on the aluminum and all that, I just couldn't handle looking at it. And the nicest thing about flat black is it blends into everything else. But there's almost 3 cans of flat black on it. Painted it all and got it all done. So that's all done now. It's just ready to, I can start putting it all back together, get all the bits and pieces on it, and get this thing laid down inside the truck. That's the goal anyway. Well, I'm here tonight. Well, I basically got it all put back together. I got the AC pump on it, power steering pump on it, the belt is back on it. I have the motor mount on this side on it. I got this manifold on this side. Over on this side here, I got the dipstick bolted on. I got the motor mount bolted on. No manifold. Well, apparently when I ordered the bolt kit, or the stud kit, for the manifolds, apparently it only comes from one side. Only had enough to do one side. Strangely enough, there was 10 bolts there, and this only takes 8. Well, I don't know. So I'm held up on bolts on that now. So I had to order that. So while I was waiting on that, I said, I'm going to get some more stuff. Had to order an oil filter. And the ones for the Interceptor police cars are different because it's got a cooler on it. And I went ahead and ordered a set of shocks to the back of this. These are shot, so I had to have that on the list. So I had to do up a list and order from Rock Auto. So I'm held up now. I spent the evening here and I bolted this together. I was hoping to have it all done so I can bolt the transmission out of it. I still might do that. Still might bolt transmission, everything together and have that done tomorrow. And I just got to wait on a manifold. So I'm waiting on parts. Won't be here next week. So I guess tomorrow we're going to have to work on something else. Anyway, I'll leave that for tonight, and tomorrow we'll figure something out. Well, it's a new day. I went in last night thinking about what I was going to do, and I'm still going to do what I said I was going to do, unless I'm going to, got to put this on hold. I got to roughly about a week. I won't get it till next week. Any parts for this here. You could say, well, go ahead, bolt the transmission on, lay it in the engine bay. The problem I got with this whole scenario is this here. This here has a tube that runs across the back of the engine up here and goes in and bolts in right there. Now all this is on the back of the engine and it's all tight to the firewall. It's going to be awkward to get at. Also got to deal with steering column here, trying to put it all on. It's like, no. I thought about putting it in, just throwing transmission on and just laying it in the engine bay, but I said, no, I might as well just wait and get all the parts, do it right, and have it done. So the plan is here now is I got to move everything around here, tidy up. I'm going to slide the truck over here tight. I'm going to go out back and bring in the cab. But first thing I got to check now, because we've had an issue with him here the year, I got to take a device with me. And I got a lot of stuff to move here. I got to move a couple of vehicles. Mustang, camper. Yeah. But I don't know if there is or not. I found a wasp nest in the front step of my house, and I've always had issues with them around here. I'm just looking to see if there's any around here. Well, so far it looks good. I don't see nothing. Anything hanging down underneath the bottom there? Oh, hang on, chances. Just look at that. Look, mint. Absolutely mint. Look, even minter. Minter. Don't even come up with words too. Anyway, I'm going to get to move on here now and get everything moved. I want to put this in another spot because I have 2 cars that I want to put back here when I take this out of here. And so I'm just going to go ahead, get the move on. So I got that moved. Someday I'll get back at it, but I always wanted to have a small camper, and now that I got the truck, I'd like to tow this behind it, do some traveling. But I started on this project a number of years ago, and I haven't touched it in a couple of years. There's a shed now. I got it filled with car parts, but I'll get back at it. Now we got the next thing we got to do is we got to get the box out from out in there, and we're going to need something small to tow it out, to bring it around to here. That's in there. That should be able to move it. I'm going to strap that on there now and figure out some way, hook it to the back of this, and then see if I can drag it out. A couple of straps held onto the frame, rope wrapped around the frame, hooked on the back of the bike. What could go wrong? No brakes on this. Don't know if the wheels turns right. Nothing can happen. This can only smash into this. That's all. Thank God for flat tires. My driveway has a slope going this way, so anything that's up here wants to roll that way. And I got a flat over on that side there. Perfect. It's the braking system on her. But I think I got her out far enough now. I can spin it around, and I'll rig up something in here now that I can drag it in the garage. So I managed to get it towed this far with the machine to here. Now I got to get it in the garage. I picked up this V4 electric winch. I use it for up in the attic, for lifting stuff up and down out of the attic. And I picked it up a few years ago, and it hasn't missed a beat. It do have a hand remote, but it keeps killing batteries because I don't use it that much, and the batteries don't seem to last if you just lay them in the garage. So, but I'm here now. I got this rigged up here now. I'm going to try to see if I can maneuver that so the arse don't hit the, or the side don't hit the side of the garage there. And let's see if I can get this in here. As you can see, I got everything Tetrised into the corner here. Everything just fit in there right nice. I got everything poked away here. I kept out anything that I may need, but hopefully I haven't got to get over on that side of the garage for a while. And I figure we get working on this box. So I got it in here. A lot of you guys know I've been having back troubles, and I've been trying to figure out ways to do things without using my back. So that was the whole purpose behind this today. I had to move a big heavy item from behind the garage into here. I got a buddy up the street who's willing to come down, but he always comes down for me. And I said, no, I'm going to challenge this today and see if I can get it in on my own. So one-man operation. I managed to get this in the garage. So, but as you can see, this is what we got to work with on the box. The entire front section here is bad. I got to remake these panels here and remake those. Or possibly just this one, not this one. Doesn't matter, I'll make it anyway. But I had to cut about 16 inches out of this box. Now most fellas will take it and cut it down through here or cut it down through here type thing and then move everything in. Because my box is rusty like so, I'm going to measure from here back 16 inches and mark it, and then come ahead about a ½ inch and cut it off. And that's my plan, because all this here was gone. I still had to repair some stuff here, but all this here is shot. I'm not worried about the pockets. I think I'm going to weld all them over anyway. I want to verify and make sure that my distance from here to the center line of the wheel is right. I'm going to go look at a factory truck and get some measurements, and then I can use this truck here. My plan is I'm going to measure from here to the edge of the box, and I'm going to measure from here to the center of the wheel. And this is how I'm going to find out center of the box. And then what I'll do then is I'll measure from here to the center of the box. So it'll be center of the wheel, center of the box, and I'll know where to roughly. Something tells me, no, it's not where I thought it was. I thought it might have been in that pocket, but it's not, because that's not the center. It's back here somewhere. Yeah, so it's ahead of that pocket. But that's no big deal. I got to cut 16 inches out of the back and 4 inches out of the front. Well, sorry, 16 inches out of the front, 4 inches out of the back. A lot of people are curious about what I'm doing with this box. The floor of this box is shot. For now, it's all staying there. The wheel tubs are staying there for now. My plan is to shorten the back and the front first, and then I'm going to remove every bit of this. All this is gone. Wheel wells, everything gone. Because the wheel wells always seem to interfere with this section of the frame rail here and the gas tank section here. Now I will be removing this section here, but I want to narrow these up and put them back in. I want to retain the outside edge of them right here. I want to retain this and this here, so I'll probably narrow them up and move them out and center them up right. So most fellas just ends up cutting sections out of this here and then just turns around, plates it over, and I never like that. So the wheel wells are all pretty well let go, and I'm probably going to have to do repairs to them anyway. So it's just a matter of taking them out altogether. But before I do that, I got to build a frame to frame this up. I got to build a frame inside of the box that I'm going to use, so I can actually, when I cut the front and the back off it, I'll do one side at a time, weld it back on. But when I cut it apart and then I take the floors out, I want to have something here in the middle that I can that's reinforced, that I can actually lift it from, and also it'll hold it all together while I figure out my floor plans here. But all I intend to do with the floors, I'd like to get carried away with it doing all sheet metal, but it's too much work. My plan is I'm going to buy, I'm going to finally buy something for this in way of steel. I'm going to buy some 1-inch angle iron, and I'm going to frame all this out with 1-inch angle iron across the top here, and then I'm going to do it all in plywood. That's what I'm going to do, because this here will come head, step up, step down this way here. I'm trying to retain as much of the box as I can in terms of depth. Most fellas just builds a box floor and he builds it up to here and goes flat in through here. I'm looking to use this truck, and I'm looking to have storage in it for traveling, and I want to have places that I can store stuff. So I may put a compartment up front here and put a compartment back here. I don't know. It needs a spot for a spare tire. Then you need a spot for, you know, if you're going taking clothes, suitcases or whatever, that type of stuff, right? So I want to be prepared for all that when I go at it. I did find a tonneau cover for it. That'd be cool. Might go that route, but I'd like to find an aluminum cap for it. That would be really cool, because then you have a lot of storage room on the inside of it. But that's down the road. First thing I gotta do is get this thing built. But what I think I should do is test fit the tailgate, make sure that's gonna fit, and make sure all that's fine, make sure these are not tweaked out or nothing like that before I start welding up the cross braces and everything. So I'm gonna go let this dry out for a bit here now. Oh, and this here, I'm hoping to use this for my gas tank door. Most fellas just turns around, has a filler from the neck, but I'm thinking about somewhere side of the box is it on. It's on driver's side right here. I figured somewhere right here I like to have it so you can turn it and put it in. I don't want to have a door in it, a big old door. I like to have something that'll suit the truck, the air of the truck, and these always did. Now I don't know if I can use these here with that fuel system, if there's some sort of venting problem. If there is, let me know. But I would like to be able to use this type of gas tank door. I'm not worried about locking it. There's one even open there now. Anyway, I'll get that off later. But yeah, I like to try to use something like that, possibly. If I got to put a door in, I'd like to find a small round door. I don't want to, like the Crown Vic has a great big one, and I don't want it. One's off a Dodge minivan are nice and small if I got to put a door in it. But I prefer to have something I can, you know, that suits the air of the truck from the 70s. Like, you know, they never had flush mounted doors. Now granted, they never had slam bodies on Crown Vic suspensions either. But when it comes to me, when it comes to the cosmetic look of the body, I always enjoyed a stock appearing vehicle, and then just to have all the accents done to it, slammed, you know, custom interior, custom engine, stuff like that. But when you look at the truck, you can identify it. It's not fully modified. Now this one here, this is going to end up having some modifications, possibly right here on both sides, and also on the fenders, because I got to channel so much. But for now, I'm just going to build the box as is, test fit it, and go from there. I don't want to put a bulge on the box. Some of these have to put a bulge on to get to clear the tires, and I don't want to do that. My wheel wells are not the best anyway, but it is what it is. The only downside with these trucks is that you're up into the belt line then. Because usually the belt line, when you arch them, goes into the belt line on the back and also on the fenders. But I'm rambling on here. I'm going to turn around now and get everything else, get this put away, get everything put back to where it was, and we can grab some lunch. So I went out, I dug out some old bed iron. What I want to do is I want to weld some sections across here and a couple of diagonals coming this way to give it all support. And but before I do that, I want to double check the tailgate. I want to fit the tailgate on there and make sure that this here is not tipped out. These old trucks were known to tip out, and I can find that out and I can pull them in before I actually weld everything up. So I'll go ahead now and dig out the tailgate, get these unbolted, and fit the tailgate back on. So the problem I was concerned with is that this here was going to be parallel, same height here. You come over here and be parallel, same height there. That's perfect. Well, here's the problem. Tailgate's twisted. Oh my God. You know, like this side over here fits pretty good, but you look across there, that side's sticking off. So the tailgate got this going on with us. And it's something I'm going to have to address, but I can't do much with it right now. I got to figure out a way that I can twist that gate to fit it on there. So I know I better do get it fitting proper before I actually does any body work on it. The problem I'm having here now is that I need to figure out a way that I can actually twist that gate and haul this corner in. Yeah, let me try that first. See what I can come up with. Yeah, I'll see if I can figure something out. I'd like to see if I can tweak that there first before I start in on anything else. It's just one thing after another, isn't it? Yeah, I'm here sizing things up. I'm going to leave this alone for now. I got to get some strength back in this box first because I was going to strap onto the hole up here and put a block of wood right here and then leave this out here and then try to pull this side in by using the edge of the box. But the box is all weak up there in the corner and I'll allow to haul the whole corner right off the box. And going diagonally, I won't get the same effect out of it, I don't think. And I'll probably haul that corner out too because the front ends, as you may already know, are absolutely mint, as you can see. So, and that one there, this side over here is even worse, but that's minor. So the whole point of the box is right, the tailgate's not. So I'm not going to lose me sleep over this and try to overthink this right now. I'm trying to get some work done on the box. I'm going to have to come back to the tailgate with that issue. So where I got it all welded up, and I've after tweaking it a few times, it's strange for the gate to be like that. So the box is not shifted or nothing like that. It's just that it's not square to this here. I might do an X measurement on this first, just to make sure this is square. But that wouldn't throw that out, because this will move this forward on the top. Only be the top side here. So, but yeah, that there is a full inch. I'll figure it out later. Let's not lose sleep over it. I want to get them braces put in place there now. Weld them in there, and up here forward. I want to weld them behind the 16-inch mark, which is about here somewhere. So I'm going to weld them somewhere about here and here. And that way I can start getting in and start chopping the back off. I'm going to do the back first, get the back cut off, get it shortened, and weld it up. I'm not going to cut everything off of this at once because I'm going to do the back, get all the repairs done back here, weld this back on with the 4 inches taken out of it, and then move up to the front and then do the repairs on the front corners right here. I'm not going to cut the box up. I'm going to build these pieces here first before I cuts it up, and then I can turn around and work on shortening it. Got two of them marked there now, laid in place. Just going to chop them off there, clean up the section here, get them welded on. there you have it. I got them braced across there, and I got a couple of diagonal ones running down to here and here. And I got two of them in there, one on the back as well. This will keep this here from opening up on the top, and it'll also keep it from moving side to side because it's triangulated now with them there. But yeah, it's a slow process with this box. I'm here sitting down debating on it now. It is now 1 o'clock on a Friday, and I got to get something out to you guys. I want to start cutting this up, but if I get started on it, I'm going to leave it in the middle of it. So what I'm going to do is leave this one here and get started on this one, this box, in the next video. I'd like to get a good portion of it done. I'd like to get the back shortened up and then get some repairs done to the front of it, possibly cut off as well. And I won't hold myself to that one, but yeah. But this is where we're to. It was like everything is just at a standstill with me. I was hoping to have the motor and everything in this, but I'm waiting on parts. I got this in late yesterday. I come, and last night I was taken away for a little while. Thanks, Bobby. Went up working on his car, giving him a hand with it for a few hours, and a few hours turned into 3 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, we were always like that. We always were when we worked on cars. So I was late getting out here today. I had to do some running around this morning, and I come out here. I said, I got to get something done on this box because you guys are itching to see this getting done. But yeah, this is where I'm going to leave this one now because I got it all reinforced. Now I got to start measuring and cutting, but I'm not going to start that today, sadly enough. Sorry about that, people. Anyway, this is where we're going to leave this one. I hope the tips are good, and until next time.